Okay. Yes. Please tell us who you are and your role also in this office, as maybe other people don't know your name.
No, anyway, it's very difficult to introduce yourself, especially with me. I'm Lamin Kaba, Bajo, President of the Gambia Football Federation.
Thank you, brother. We want to know how long have you been in this position, and from what time to what time now?
I, together with members of my current executive, were elected into office in September 2014.
Okay. So it's about
for a 4-year term that ends in September 2018.
Okay. After that, we have to have another election?
Sure, inshallah.
Okay. Are you going to contest again?
I wouldn't know. Let's leave that with time. Anyway, let's see what happens. Anything could happen.
Right. We have this question. Before meeting you, we ask people if they want to know anything or to ask anything. Our own belief is here that you, as a Gambian working in this position, your intention is to see the football progressing nice and everything that people wish, and you also wish to go further. But maybe other people are not seeing this way. So this is why we take this opportunity to meet you and to know what we don't know, what people outside don't know, what's happening here. So we have one question that says, why are you people not starting your congress at the district level instead of the regional level?
Anyway, that's not my responsibility. The congresses at the regions are the responsibility of regional football associations. I don't have much business we do with the districts. We have this decentralized structure. Okay. The districts are not directly, linked or affiliated to the Gambia Football Federation. It's the regional football associations that are affiliated to the Gambia Football Federation. So what happens in the regions or at the districts is the business of the regional football associations. All what we did was to remind the regional football associations and the other allied associations that it's time for them to go to Congress because their 4-year term was coming to an end. This was about a couple of months ago. Right. Which ordinarily we should have done. But there's always a tendency of people leading organizations closing their eyes to elective Congress when they are due. Instead of calling Congress at the right time to seek the first mandate of the people, the delegates, they just close their eyes and outlive their tenure. So we don't want we don't want such a thing to happen. It's a democratic society, and for purpose of good governance, people really should respect the mandate that's given to them and the tenure. So this is why we reminded regions, and from now on, most of them have gone to their congresses.
And why is football not decentralized since you took over?
I don't know what sort of decentralized they want. Maybe they want this GFF house to be in every village. The football has been decentralized in this country before I assumed this position. This is why I mentioned regional football association. Maybe the perception of decentralization, I think, is being abused. Football has been decentralized since the current Gambia Football Federation constitution has been approved in 2013, if I can fully remember. This is why you have the regional football associations. And under every regional football association, you have regional coaches, women's football, and referee associations. And these people, they have their own programs, those supported by the Gambia Football Federation. They run their leagues, either at regional level or at the district levels. They do their other competitions, training programs, again, with the support of the Gambia Football Federation. And so the issue of not decentralizing football in this country, I think it's been abused, but football has been decentralized. This is why we call it Gambia Football Federation. It's no longer an association. It's a federation of several associations that made it. This is why we have the regional football associations. And each of the presidents of the 7 regions, including Banjul and Kombo, sit in the executive committee of the Gambia Football Federation.
Okay, that's well clear.
And we also want to know that in order to enhance, to strengthen that decentralization, or playing football across the country. The Gambia Football Federation has, how do you call it, furnished regional football offices in all the 7 regions. Each of the regions have their office that they call home. That's in the morning, the admin and finance secretary can walk in and go for a walk, go in and work for the day. The regional coaches are also hired by Gambia Football Federation. They are paid a monthly salary, like the admin and finance secretaries, all the 7 regions, except one that also, because the problem there was they couldn't find a suitable candidate. The one they sent for interview was found to be below the standard, and you cannot afford also to appoint people based on sentiments of personal or whatever affiliation. The person must be able to deliver. But all the regions have their 7 coaches. They have, except 1 or 2, all of them have their admin and finance secretaries who are on the payroll of Gambia Football Federation, and they are housed in offices that are provided with furniture, the computer, and the power supply through the solar system. That these are things that are provided by Gambia Football Federation at all regions. Go to Bajo, you find it there. Go to Mansakongo, go to Bansang. And in that process, again, to further consolidate that, we are working with the regional football associations also, because I think when they talk about this, we're talking about having the national league cover the whole country. This is everyone's wish, but the challenges are too big. Even the clubs that exist within the local, within the urban areas, are suffering. To run a football club, first division, second division, even a third division, even a Nawetan club, you know, it's not easy. Yes. So if those clubs within the region, within the Greater Banjul area, we call it, that from Banjul to Brikama, are suffering financially, and then it's going to be very difficult. We cannot see it easy for the provincial clubs also. We know how things are. It's difficult in a country where sponsorship hardly come by. It's either the goodwill of individuals or group of individuals, and in few cases, institutions and companies owning their own club. So it's about 4 of them, and Gamtel Interior Ports Authority and the Armed Forces. Except for those few, all the others are struggling, as I said. So what we have a program that we have agreed with the regional football associations, because they said he who feels it knows it. Right. We had these meetings sometime about more than 1 year ago, getting to 2 years now, to plan, because everything is planning. If you do not plan, it will be very difficult to deliver. Right. We believe in planning at the same time. From there we can deliver. We agreed that from 2018 to 2019, that's the season coming next. The regional football association said that this time they will be ready to participate in the GFF league, in the playoffs, so that by 2020 we will have a national league. And we are also targeting by 2020, if all goes well, depending on the capacity of the clubs, we will also have a professional league alongside our 4th, 2nd division, 3rd division leagues. So this is the time we have, and this is no secret. This was brought to the attention of delegates during the club management meeting before the beginning of the last season. It was discussed at the midterm review that we held in November, and at the end of the AGM also end of the year. So all these things are even documented, delivered to people. They were also shown on PowerPoint presentation, and the delegates in these 3 forums agreed to our plan. So we need the support and cooperation of everybody to ensure that we are able to deliver these programs as planned. So come 2018-19, we'll have teams from Kiang or from Jara or from Wulli to participate under the umbrella of their region, to participate in the 3rd division playoff, so that they can also go. That's where you start. Yes. By 2020, then we have a national league that will have a national character. This also, we know, we are aware of the constraints, financial constraints and logistical constraints. This is why Gambia Football Federation, from the beginning of the season that ended recently, we've extended some financial support to clubs. The registration fees have been waived for all the 1st division and 2nd division clubs, as it was done last year. Because normally 1st division pay 15,000, 2nd division 10,000. Right. Nobody paid registration fee last year. Nobody paid this year. But in addition to that, also Gambia Football Federation gave a token amount for preparation for the league. Every first division team received $50,000 from Gambia Football Federation. Every second division, 40,000. And every women's team received 25,000. In addition to the fact that the women's league are 100% sponsored by GFF, including the transportation of the players to the grounds. But because the women, we have to give them certain special support so that they can at least be able to go, move a little bit closer to the men. If it were not the delay in the processing, the bureaucracy between us and FIFA, by now, before the end of the season, we'd have come back to the clubs again to further extend another help in terms of support, transportation support. This is already approved. It's a matter of the funds being released by FIFA through a process. But this is going to be another supplementary support that every club will have an amount of money that will be allocated to you so that it facilitates your movement. So these are the preparation for the league and also transportation. That's everybody cries. So we hope by the beginning of next season, all the funds will have here. By the time we started, not only will give financial support for preparation for the league, but also have had this money for transportation support. And in addition to that also, the Gambia Football Federation, in the second phase of our income generation project, you are aware, I'm sure you would love to visit the gold project. Right. Maybe we may at least with BB to go and visit, see what's happening there. Right. FIFA has this what they used to call win-win project, but now they've turned it to income generating project, right, to also help associations and federations to create or open up areas where they can also earn income to support what's coming from FIFA, from CAF, from government, and from other sources. So we have opted for a football hotel, the NTTC, National Technical Training Center at Old Yundum, which has accommodation facility. It used to be dormitories, has been renovated and a complete overhaul, and now it's furnished. As I speak to you now, the furnishing and equipping is nearing completion, and it's going to be run as a 3-star hotel.
Wow. That
not only we use by Gambia Football Federation to reduce the cost or the burden of cost relating to accommodating our teams, national team when they are camping, take them to the hotels. Yes. You know the cost. Even though we have been very good support from some of the hotels, or we are hosting a friendly team on an international competition or a friendly match when we are supposed to provide them with accommodation. This is exorbitant. So this football hotel, which is our hotel, will be used by the Gambia Football Federation for our own teams and for visiting teams. It can also be used for foreign teams who may want to come and have pre-season training or camping in the country, or some of the clubs may have some of their partners outside and they want to invite them to it. So it has multiple purposes. And during the same period, it's going to also be sold in the market as a hotel. This time we are targeting the airport as an airport hotel. This is our hotel with such facilities that we have now, barely 5 minutes to the airport. I think it's perfect. And flight delays. Yes, and then we've already have the support and the guidance of the Gambia Tourism Board to make sure that it's also sold as a part of Gambian package. So in the second, that's the first phase. The second phase, what we are thinking about, in order to help and strengthen our leagues, especially when it becomes a national league where you have teams from provinces or teams from Bajo to the provinces. You will surprise Lamin. Even some teams traveling from, they have a match to play in Basi or Bansang from any of these areas in the Combo. Some of them, they may even miss their match because they may not afford the transport. Wow. So now, what we are doing in the next phase, we are thinking about having a fleet of transport buses that will be owned by the Gambia Football Federation. Right. That will serve the league. If Walidan is going to play in Basse, the bus will take them at the cost of GFF to Basse. They play, they bring them. If there's a team coming from Bansang coming to play in Brikama, the boys will go there overnight, spend the night, bring the team, they play and take them. While the buses are available, whilst they are not doing the GFF operations, they will also be they will available for hire for other commercial purposes. Yes. So then we are reducing the burden on us. We are helping the clubs to meet their obligation by facilitating their movement to matches. We are also reducing the cost of hiring of transportation on the GFF itself. At the same time, we are also bringing in some income to the federation. So this is the next level in terms of income generation. And I think when this kicks up, it will greatly reduce the burden on the clubs or teams moving from one point to the other, much more if it has to be from one end of the country to the other.
Except one thing here, Mr. President, the deaf football, have they ever tried to do any applications to join, and what's the difference of this deaf football? Hence they all play the same soccer. The difference might be only hearing. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think it's very unfortunate that the matter has to reach this situation.
Yes.
Again, all due respect to everybody, there may be some little bit of ignorance in terms of the raison d'etre or what is Gambia Deaf Football Association or Gambia Deaf Sports Association and what's their relationship with Gambia Football Federation. The Gambia,
so they have their own
the Deaf Football Association is an equal member of the Gambia National Olympic Committee like the GFF. We have the same status there. We appreciate the fact that they are brothers and sisters who are handicapped by nature. We really, even out of football and other things, as human beings, we always have some sympathy and some need to assist them when they need. So this is the relationship is that the Gambia, the Deaf Scorpions are not an auxiliary body of Gambia Football Federation. They are not a member of the Gambia Football Federation. They at one time, as far as I remember, to register to be on Gambia Football Federation. We have other associations. We have the Referees Association, we have the Coaches Association, we have the Women's Football, and we have the School Sports. So maybe if they want a much closer collaboration partnership, I think maybe that may reduce their character because they decide to come under Gambia Football Federation.
Yes.
Maybe that may also reduce their national character. But I think the football aspect of it, fine. And the issue of the Deaf Scorpions, we have no much problems about it, but sometimes it could be misleading. Because if you say this, even that is legally is wrong. Because the Scorpions is the brand property of Gambia Football Federation. In as much as we are all paying for their own national. Because if you say now, if the Gambia Football Federation decides to come up with a deaf football team or a Paralympic football team, that we could do it. But since our brothers and sisters who are interested in sports and football, what God knows is God knows what happens, some of us personally between us and them, God knows. But we don't have to go and blow that. But like that is a right that the EFF has, feel its obligation towards association really is misleading and unfortunate. They came here, they wrote, they sought for assistance. We provided what we could, but under the circumstances, we didn't have enough funds to sponsor their trip. GFF, every day we are under the microscope. You could not do this, you did not do this, you did not do this. We have our core activities that we are managing to implement. So if you want to extend, how do you call it, too much in the name of generosity and assistance, that will affect us, even for accounting for the money. If we could not implement a FIFA program, this FIFA money, we cannot justify FIFA, we give it to this association. So I think that's it. But anyway, we'll see. Maybe by the time we have been assisted, we've been working with them, they've been receiving assistance from us, either from the institutional level or from personal level. But we are looking forward to the nature where we'll have a close partnership, and then anytime they need assistance where we can chip in, certainly we will do it with much pleasure. But I think general public should be informed that the Gambia Deaf Football or the Deaf Scorpions are not a member of Gambia Football Federation by any way. So really, so that's because other people have seen so many things, I've heard so many things, GFF have failed, GFF have failed. Really, maybe we might have failed as Gambians for not being able to help other Gambians when they are in need. But even with that, there are some degree of assistance being extended in kind that they know. So I think really this matter should really be clear and understood. And we look forward to the future. As we get in the future, maybe by the time their next engagement comes in again, arrives, we will more than willing to see what we can do. But it came at a time that really we couldn't part with what we had for obvious reasons. And we couldn't explain failing to implement some of our core programs in the name of being generous. It's not fair. And I don't want to be found wanting. The same people who are crying over it, the same people who are going to again go out and bash me and my colleagues. We have no problems with, but we want to make sure that we do our best and be on the right. We are not found wanted by both sides.
How much are you people sponsoring the national team?
I don't have the position to give you the figures, but what I can tell you is, by norm, the national team's activities are the responsibility of the government. But this is a country, it's a small country. We know what the government is going through, especially after the change of government. The amount of financial burden on the new government, we are aware. We may not know all, but we are all Gambians, we know. And even before the new government, even the past government, the same thing. By the time they lived over the 2 years that we serve here with them, not much really has been achieved from their side because of the same financial situation. But notwithstanding, I'm not going to stand and say the team cannot go to Benin because government could not provide allowances to the players or to the officials. No, I'm not that type. I wouldn't do it. There are instances that we had to go and rush to the banks to get an overdraft to complement what government can have. We have no reason to doubt them. If a whole minister tell you, you went to finance, but this is what's available. How am I to say it's not true? And I know the goodwill is there. But especially when it comes, they say, okay, this is what we can provide. Sometimes they could not even provide anything. They say, okay, let's look around because it's a national team. And it's the highest level of it's the most important activities on event on our calendar. National team engagement, that's most important. So sometimes we'll have to shelve or scrap some of our programs, core programs, our training programs and many other things, some other infrastructure projects, just to be able to spend some of that money to complement government's effort where it's there, where it didn't even come to take full charge. And this really undoubtedly has affected some of our programs, but we continue. Like the current campaign to Benin, the training camp in Ghana, through our bilateral relations, we were able to secure assistance from the Ghanaians, and they agreed to host the team there at their own cost in terms of accommodation and everything. All what we are asked to do was to transport them by air, which government has done. Government has provided the air ticket for everybody going there. And then when it comes to other things, when you go to Benin and then accommodation, allowance, other things. So then we complement, GFF also come in to take care of the accommodation aspect of it and the allowances. But we understand. We are hoping and praying that in the next couple of years, if not months, the government financial situation will be stronger, where they will assume their responsibility of funding the GFF, the senior national teams of all categories, 100%, so that the funds that come from FIFA and other institutions which are targeted for activities can be used for that, for development of the game in the country. But we'll manage, I'm sure, with goodwill and a good relationship, we'll be able to survive. And then I also want to state here that really, yesterday we had a very good meeting with the President of the Republic, who himself is a football fan and enthusiast, who follows every bit of football.
That's right.
I was even surprised about his level of, awareness in terms of even our own local football. He knows a lot. And that has really encouraged us more. He has passion for the game. And naturally, if you have passion in something, you must have interest in it. And he has assured of his government's continued support. He going to increase support whenever the funds are available. And we didn't doubt that. Somebody, as I said, is a football fan. And not only that, but he has really brought change to this country for the good of the country. And I think sports and youth matters are very high on his agenda. So we are very much encouraged, and we want to thank the President for that occasion yesterday and for that assurance. And the same from the Minister and his staff at the Sports Council at the Ministry. So I think we have a very good team. It's just to unite and support each other and complement each other's efforts. I will not, I'll be last person to go and tell Gambia this is what government did do or this is what they did not do. That's not my interest. My interest is if there is a budget of 100, if government commit 80 or 70, if I can go around look for 30 and put it there, mouth shut. Gambia's senior national team, government funded it. Period.
And you supporting the regional bodies too, huh?
Yeah, sure. So,
like how much you
initially, the tradition we had here was 50,000 per year. But as from this year, we've increased to $200,000.
Wow.
And each of the 7 regions, as we speak, received their 100,000 already. Now the 100,000 is just here for them to come with their programs and we give the money to them. That's the direct finance, as I told you.
Yes.
The offices are funded from the GFF through the GFF FIFA program. Currently, each of the regions should have, those who do not have a sector because of the recruitment process. But other than that, all the regions have or should have 2 staff fully employed. That's the regional coach,
yes,
and the regional finance admin secretary. These are full-time jobs who are paid salaries like any other staff. And then we want to further, the other commitment is to provide a means of transport, mobility in the form of motorbike to all the regional coaches so that they can be able to apply. For the CRR, because
we don't have
and for CRR, because of its peculiarity in terms of the size, north and south, we agreed to hire 2 coaches for them. They have 1 for north and 1 for south, and these are all on the payroll of the Gambia Football Federation. We'll be there. We have to look back and appreciate what has been done today, which wasn't available tomorrow. I think that's why you gauge. Yeah, but if you want to gauge what should be there 10 years today, and then you have to do justice to history also, to the present, because the present cannot be. You cannot use the future as a yardstick to judge the present. Use the past as a yardstick to judge the present. That's honesty. What was available today and what was not available before. Or otherwise, what was available yesterday and it's not available today. Then we'll have to look back and say we are at fault. We have to bring it back or do more. But anyway, that's the beauty about of the game. We all know what football is, and I'm sure we all have the common interest of this country. So anybody who says anything at all forum, we appreciate it, we respect your opinion, and we know we have the same objective to develop the game. We have different ways of just translating or at least putting it across, but I'm not blaming anybody. I appreciate, I respect all criticisms, all comments. Some may be personal though,
yes,
but if anybody feels that go personal, then I still respect that.
I appreciated all your time, and all what has been said here is well clear, and I hope it will be clear to other people that are watching this now. One more thing, can you please tell the people about the football selection, that your role is a president? Do you select for the coach or you select the coach? Because some people might misunderstood what is coach, what is the president, and who are the technical teams.
No, I think the problem.
Because everything that goes from they think of.
I know. I think there's one thing fundamental in human beings. My father tells me that a human being is like a mirror. When you look into the mirror, you see yourself. If I look at Lamin, I think Lamin is like me.
Yes.
But the Gambian Football Federation executive or the president involvement in the selection of the players, if it used to exist, has been the thing of the past since we assumed this office. Talk to the coaches. Raul was here. He's a white man. Not that they're important, but I say we know he has no reason to condone certain things from us. Or not me, not any member of my colleagues, except if the coach feels to consult somebody because of the passing personal contact with a player or passing personal knowledge about a particular player to get information or to access. That could be done. But when it comes to who and who is invited, I sit down and check the email and see invitations being sent to players. That's how I know it. Go and ask some, you all know some.
Yes.
Ask even go and ask Bom, the female, or go and ask Alaji Fight. Did anybody interfere? If you see any member of the executive there with any role, is at the invitation of the coach. Even the selection of the the players is taboo as far as GFF executive is concerned and administration is concerned. So that's, you know, it's perfect. I have instances where I've said this before. If the coach really finds difficulty in reaching a particular player or convincing him to decide, him or his family, to come and play, like Raul did a few times. I don't want to mention names, but I have players here who can bear me witness, not 1, 2, 3, about 4 or 5 players, even more than that. These are people, some of them have never played for Gambia, some have played for Gambia, and for one reason or another decided not to come, and we succeeded in having 1, 2, 3 come back to play for the country after talking to them. Prezi, I talk to his parents so they can come and play. I do that, and I do that with pleasure. Some of them are even by chat, WhatsApp, Messenger, email, so that at least to further encourage the individual and his parents to at least to consider coming and answering to the national court. That, if that's interference in the selection, then unfortunately that is. But these are requests that come from the coaches themselves. Yeah. So, but in a nutshell, I only know the list when it's published. In fact, the last one, I was not at the press conference because I had some family engagements. But as I said, I saw it in the email when Matar, as the secretary to the assistant coach, was serving as secretary to the team, helping the coach, sending emails to players that in your invitation letters to their clubs. And that maybe that's that time. I start to compile the list. Oh, he's calling X, Y, Z. That's what I do normally at the end of every engagement, and make sure that on behalf of the Government Football Federation, send a personal letter of appreciation to the players individually for accepting to come and play for their country and also for their performance in the past in that particular match. So that, I think, those are things that we will also have, so they can know that they are being considered, their efforts are being recognized, because we know the small token allowance that we are giving them that did not bring them here. Yes. That did not bring them here. It's a lot for their country and wanting to do something for their country. Some of them had other opportunities, but they gave their back to that to come and answer the calls of their country. So we have to respect that and appreciate that to the core. So this is why I don't joke with the players. Ask them. Since 2014, we assume this. Have we had any complaint from a particular player that they did not do this, they did not pay my allowance, or they did not pay my air ticket, or the hotel was not good? No. The last thing that will allow to happen is the welfare of the players. Ask any of them. At least we have had series of matches. They've been coming. Some of them are regular. Since we started, they've been coming. Right. But thank to God, everything cannot be 100% perfect. But they didn't have the cause to go public to say GFF, or we are camping. We don't have we don't have food or different. Okay, such things can come here and there, but if it comes, I make sure that we take our position. We take even the allowance, as small as it is. I made sure that the government, as soon as they land in this country, especially when they are going for camping, by the time you say Lamin Cham is arriving at 12 o'clock, he's going to receive you. When he gets to see you, at the time he checks in, the accountant is there to pay the allowance, either to the government directly, or when the government cannot do it, we do it. When they are moving out of the country, make sure that before they leave their allowances. I said, some of these boys, they take this money and just give it out as a charity. Help boys, friends, and they don't, especially the professional. They don't need this money, but it's a gesture. It's a gesture. So it's just to strengthen their bond with us. Right. But I know some of them that money they just give it out. But it's good that we also fulfill our commitment. Yes. We fulfill that commitment. If at all we come to a point, God forbid, government cannot provide, the GFF cannot provide, we call them yes. This one we can afford it. We've been trying before, but now this time Faneti was the miracle. And I'm sure they will come. 99% will come. And they will do it. Even where we can't even afford air ticket, when it comes to the worst. Before telling them to loan us air ticket where we will not pay and they will be following us. We tell them, look, you can't afford it. Can you pay one ticket in the name of your country, come and play? People are doing it. Yes. You've seen it in other countries, people are paid for it. And then I'm sure when you get there, they will do it. They will do it. Rather than having, when we came in, you'll be surprised when you had our first international encounter, when these professionals came. Most of them had areas with the previous GFF administration for dating back ages, allowances, air tickets and other things. But we don't look, as soon as you can provide an evidence that you bought an air ticket in 2005, 2006, and it was GFF or GFA who asked you to pay a ticket, they refund, and it was not done for reasons that we don't want to know. The accountant was there, check from your PRPD money.
Good.
Like what happened when we came also, we have clubs that have won the league, but they did not receive their cash prize.
Wow.
Some date back to 4 years in the past.
Yeah.
I said no, I'm not going to. I'm not going into a league with areas with the clubs.
Yes.
We did everything possible to pay every club that was owed. Just imagine, we live in a league and you have to wait 3-4 years before you get a cash prize. But we understand some of the circumstances. You can understand. May not be genuine reason, but if the money is not there or they have some difficulty, we appreciate it. But I said, look, let's do everything possible to pay. We were able to pay. When we came in, we have nearly $8 million loan liability we have in this Gambia Football Federation. We assume we took over on the 30th of September, I think. But we made sure before December, the $7-point-something million is nearly $8 million loan that GFF had on its neck has been cleared. There's nowhere in this country now who can go and say GFF owe me this. And even about barely 2 months ago, there's a Gambian man who resides in Sweden. I don't want to mention his name. He came here with documents that the GFF nearly 10 years ago owed him this. And we said, since individuals go, but institutions stay. And the GFF now.
Yes.
So if I want to prolong it, go to court and all, but let's see. We discussed there are some living witnesses here who live that and they have evidence. And then we justified, verified, we negotiated with him, we made some discount, and the man is paid, his money is gone. So, and that was not part of the debt portfolio that we inherited. That was never there.
Yes.
But look, why do you have to cry over swimming? That's in the past. What's important is the image of the Gambia Football Federation, which is portraying the broader image of the Gambia. So these are some of the things that we have been doing. But I will not go to Facebook and write such things. I will not go to radio and say it. But it's an occasion also sometimes to disseminate or to share some of this information to our stakeholders. Yes. Most importantly, our stakeholders, because they should know.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Now, our last question, did government finance your people's traveling or is from GFF?
People's like?
No, your staffs, when they're traveling.
No, that's it. That's GFF. No, that's not government. Government is only national teams.
What would you like to tell?
Even, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I mean, it's national teams that government finance. The other things are internal, based on our budgets that are approved at the AGM.
Okay. We say thank you. Anything that we would like to tell us that we don't know about Mr. Bajo?
No, I just want to make a special appeal. It's an occasion for the wider audience. National team is playing Benin on Sunday. It's a very crucial match for us. It's our opening match in the qualifiers for AFCON 2019.
Oh, it's qualified?
Yeah. It's the first match, the first leg of the qualifying rounds. So we want the prayers and the hearts of every Gambian. If the Scorpions win, it's not Kaba. If the Scorpions, God forbid, lose, yes, it's Kaba. I assume responsibility, but I leave every other Gambian to think about that.
Thank you.
Yes, if we win, it's Gambia.
Thank you.
If we lose, yes, I agree, it's Gambia. It's Kaba, I take responsibility, but I think every other genuine Gambia to think about that. Yes. And let's pray for them. Let's pray for them. And they are flying the colors of Gambia, not Kaba's name, whatever. So let's pray for them. And I'm sure we will soon be there. Let's pray for them and give good wisdom, good luck in the match. I really need a special prayer from every Gambian. Let's open up our hearts and the wisdom good.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you, champion.
Well, that was all what we have from Lamin Kaba Bajo, the president of GFF. Well said, well touching, well cleared. He has spoken openly from his heart to us, tell us what is happening here that we don't know. Now we know from Surf Connect team, on Choice Africa TV, to the rest of the world out there, those who are interested and want to know what's happening in the GFFF is now on this episode. You heard it all. First of all, thank you very much, Mr. Alaji Ndao. Thank you all our correspondents internationally in UK, United States, and also Europe. Thank you very much. Let's pray for our Scorpions. Together we can make it better. It's for the Gambia. Peace and love. One love.